Welcome to Unified Love Couples Ministry with your host, Senior Pastor and Apostle Reese. Join us as we share biblical principles for successful relationships and marriage. And now, Senior Pastor Olden and Apostle LaShawn Reese.
And we are here and we are live. Welcome, Unified Love Couples Ministry. Look, we need you to share with others, tag them, let them know that we are here on tonight and we are live and in full effect. Yes. And that's what we're doing too. We're sharing and we're tagging. We're inviting others to be here with us.
If I could find it.
Good evening. Oh, yes, go ahead. Tag others to be here tonight. We're excited.
All right.
All right. Thank you for joining us. We see you. Good evening. God bless you, Cheryl. Thank you so much for being here tonight.
God bless
Charity, Faith and Angel. Yes. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Yes.
All right. Need you to tag others, invite them to be here. We are live on tonight and we have a good topic. From me to we. From me to we. Yes. Arlan, we see you. Good evening. Thank you so much for joining on tonight.
Yes. Thank y'all. Oh, see, I'm telling y'all the tag, but I'm not tagging. Look at me.
All right. All right. More coming in. Good evening. Thank you for joining on tonight. This is Unified Love Couples Ministry, the place where two hearts meet.
And we just want you to log in. Come on in. Share our topic with us.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started tonight. Our topic is from me to we. And that means that in order for us to become two, I have to transition from being individual, from my individuality. I'm so used to being independent. I'm so used to walking alone. But now, if I'm joined with someone, now there's a oneness and a connection that has to take place. So when we think about marriage, or if we're preparing to marry, we have to know that once we join with someone, we're no longer two, that we are now one. So I'm shifting from individuality until unity. We're joining together, we're binding together, we're transitioning. We're not just living together, but we are also growing together.
Yes.
So that's important that as we grow together emotionally, we grow together spiritually and mentally, because we know that to have a strong foundation, we both have to prioritize each other over our own personal desires. And sometimes it's hard to do that, especially when we're so used to being alone and being independent and, making our own decisions and doing things our own way. But now, if I'm saying, look, I want to be with you, I want to spend my life with you, I want to be forever with you, we have to know that we're coming together as one. And I see you, Prophetess Carville. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Yes. She was a special guest, her and her husband, in our broadcast last year. So we thank you so much for being here.
Now I'm asking my wife because this is my first time uh, being on the YouTube page. So I'm trying to make sure I'm doing this right.
Let's see what you're doing. No, you're good.
Oh,
You'll just be able to see if others comment. So
okay.
you're good.
So I see it from here?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Prophetess Angela, thank you so much for joining tonight. Yes, we are here. We are excited. From me to we. So from me to we.
And from we to me and me to we. Invite somebody on. Invite somebody on right now. Invite somebody else. Tell them the Reese's are on. Invite them on. Let them come on because we're going to talk about this. And this is going to be a good topic for tonight. So if you're on, invite somebody. Invite a married couple. Invite a couple, getting ready to get married. All right? Or in a relationship.
Good evening, Apostle Sonia. Thank you so much for joining tonight.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about it tonight. How do we transition from being an individual one to oneness in relationship and marriage? If we're prepared to be married, we need to start now. If we have esteems and goals to be intertwined with someone, to become one with someone, we've got to know that, you know what? Yes, I'm surrendering my independence because it's not just about me anymore. It's about we. We're coming together. So my selfish tendencies or things I normally do to be selfish, now I have to embrace a selfless mindset because it's not just me. It's not just me anymore. Me. And that was a hard thing for me, especially after being single for so long to now be married. And now, it's not like, oh, I have to render all my rights or surrender my everything, or, it's just changing our mind frame and our mindset to say, I can't just consider myself. I can't just think about myself. Now it's someone else that I have to think about. Now it's someone else that, I have to consider. Now it's someone else because we'll get up, we'll run and do and just go because it's just us. But now is considering, how that person feel or how if they want to be involved. And now, I can't be selfish anymore. All about me. Now it's about we, about us coming together as one.
And I think a lot of people do that in relationships a lot of times because now you have somebody in your life and you can't, as a man, you can't hang out with the boys like you used to. Oh, now you tied up. You can't hang out with us. You can't, you can't do the things you used to do. Yeah, because you can't, because now you have a wife and you can't be selfless. So you gotta understand that, hey guys, look, I gotta get on to my wife. You you can look at it one way, but I gotta look at it this way because I got somebody at home waiting for me.
Yes.
Just like a wife. You can't hang out with your girls all the time because you got somebody home waiting for you. You got a husband that's there wondering where you at. And a lot of us, I know a lot of time we are having a good time. We don't want to call. We don't want to say, where we at, or why he got to know my business, or why she got to know where I'm at all the time, and she clocking me, and but it's that you're married, and that's your responsibility
to check in,
and let them know where you're at.
God bless you, Evangelist Patricia. Thank you for joining us tonight. And then I don't want to be monitored. I don't want, no, it's being considerate because we're out. We're going about, being considerate. Hey, babe, I'm here. And it should not be a second thought in doing that because, anything could happen. Anything and it's not that, oh, they're clocking me or they just want to keep tabs on me, or no, it's being considerate to know it ain't about me no more. It's about we. So if I'm going somewhere, why can't I tell you where I'm going? Oh, he ain't got to know my business. She ain't got to know my. No, we are one. We are connected. So it should be where I know where he at. He know where I'm at. And some of y'all got the locations on the phone. They can locate you. They can find you. I mean, it's nothing wrong with that. And a lot of times we have different ones in our ears, girlfriends, influencing us and saying what they want to do. But then we should look at their lifestyle. Are they single? Are they still waiting for a husband? Are they still have things that they have to fix and issues? So we have to make sure that we're careful about who's in our ear gates, especially when we've committed to a covenant that is so sacred as marriage. It's not about me. It's about we.
And a lot of times, the person that's trying to tell you about what not to do in your marriage, a lot of times they're having more problems than you in their marriage or in their relationship. And a lot of times, I wouldn't put up with that. You see, I don't put up with that with my wife, or I don't put up with that with my husband. Yeah, but but you have issues. So how are you an expert? How are you that person to tell me how to handle my wife or be with my wife, or who are you to tell me how to be with my husband? Because now look all the trouble you're going through. See, I know your trouble. So don't a lot of time people try to put you in their predicaments because they're miserable. They're going through. They can't talk to their spouse. They can't communicate with them.
So y'all know how we do it. If you have any questions, drop it in the chat. We'll be happy to discuss whatever questions that you have, because it's important to have someone that, if you're in doubt, there's nothing wrong with asking. And y'all know, those that do know us, some of you may be new, but we're open, we're transparent, we don't hold no punches, and we're going to tell you like it is. So yes, we encourage you to drop it in the chat and we will answer your questions on tonight. So look, it's from me to we. We're transitioning from individuality to oneness. And sometimes we pray for a husband, we pray for a spouse, and then once we pray for them and now we have it, there's some things about us that have to change. There's some things about us that has to grow. Now I'm not growing alone. I'm growing with someone else. I'm walking with someone else. I'm considering someone else. I'm loving someone else. And Genesis 2:24 says that when a man should leave his father and his mother and be joined to his wife, and they will become one flesh. So if we are one, that means that it's not just physical, but it's also emotional. If we are one, that means that it's also spiritual and psychological. So everything about us is now being merged. Imagine, into one person. And you'd be like, say, well, it shouldn't be that deep. That's why we've got to be careful who we intertwine with, because even in taking it onto a sexual act, if we are intimate with someone, there are soul ties that are connected because we've laid with that person. So yes, it is spiritual. Yes, it is psychological, because just the coming together as one is so sacred. So we've got to make sure that we are aware of the situations that we put ourselves in. We are aware that, look, this is a covenant that I'm making. Now that we are coming one, that means that we are a team now. We're no longer individual people. We're working for a common good. We should have common goals, common aspirations, thing that we want to do together so we can make it together, because we know that the Bible says two are better than one. If there's more than one, then that means that, look, I'm not walking alone. I'm not walking by myself. Now I'm walking with someone that is intended to help me to get where I need to go, and we go together.
And a lot of times, that togetherness part, a lot of people forget about that too, and they strike out on their own to just do their own thing. But isn't that why you got married? To be with someone that has the same aspirations as you.
Yes.
They want to see. They want us to see too. and it's no longer about how you want to succeed. It's about how both of you want to succeed.
Yes.
So just like you have your hopes and dreams and they support you, you got to support them too. And if y'all have hopes and dreams together, y'all got to plan together. And a lot of times one will leave the other and say, oh, you ain't serious, you know, but you don't know if they're serious or not unless you sit down and you talk with them and you see where, you know, what they want to do and how they want to do it. Because a lot of times, you know, the Bible says, I know my wife just read that part about a man leaving his mother and father and clinging. I know King James say clinging to his wife, you know, and that word clinging to me means, you know, you're together, y'all clung together, y'all are one now. Now it's not about your family, it's not about your mama, your daddy. It's about your wife and your husband. You know, yeah, you still love your mama and your daddy. Yeah, you still love your sister and your brother. Yeah, but when it comes to your household, it's about you and your husband.
Yes.
And yeah, you're going to help your family. Yeah, you're going to help your mama. Yeah, you're going to help your daddy. But in your household, it's about you and your husband. It's about, you know, God in your life. It's about what you're doing to better yourselves and to make it easier on you guys, you know, where you're not, you know, suffering, you're not going through a lot, and y'all doing it together. Because if you suffer together, you're going to reign together as one. You're gonna work together as one. And if you that couple that you're in a relationship, and one thing I've seen a lot of time with married couples, when they get in financial issue, one is blaming the other instead of saying, hey, it's both our faults. Let's work it out. Let's find a way, you know, to straighten this out. You know, it's not just you, it's not just me, it's not just I make money but you don't make none. No, because you know it may end up like that. You know, it just may end up, oh, you need to come up with some more money. You know, if that person is working the best of their ability and doing the best that they can, you know, then y'all need to find other things that y'all could do together to raise money, to have money in your household. So a lot of times, you know, when you see people do that, that means, you know, you don't respect that person. You don't respect them. You don't respect that husband, you know, who working a 9 to 5. Yeah, you might work a better job than him, but he's still out there working. He's still out there trying. He's still out there going. Your wife might not work the better job than you, but she's trying. She out there doing. She out there bringing home a paycheck. And, you know, and that goes both ways. So that's what it's all about when, you know, when you talk about clinging, because no matter what y'all are going through, that man is clinging to his wife, and his wife is clinging to him as that helpmate.
Yes.
Nobody's blaming anybody. Nobody's mad at anybody because we're going through, because we don't have everything we need, you know. And that's when you got to come together and say, you know what, we got to find a way. We got to find a way. We got to pray about it. We got to talk about it. We got to strategize about it. And that's what the enemy wants you to do. He wants you to blame each other. He wants you to be at each other's throat. You know, that's what he would want.
Yes.
But you know right from wrong, and you know that it's not your fault, it's not his fault. You know, it's sometimes things happen that way. Now, if you got somebody that's just taking everything and spending it, that's another whole story. Now y'all have to have a conversation. Because now, you know, we got bills to pay. That's being selfish.
Yes.
You ain't thinking about your wife. You ain't thinking about your husband. You got bills to pay. You know, you got stuff you got to do together. So, you know, a lot of times, the reason why I'm talking like that, because in a lot of times being selfless, money always come into the whole picture of it. And we know that.
So
a lot of times, I read this thing one time, this journal, it says 89% of marriages break up because of finance. Financial issues. Somebody husband blaming wife blaming husband. You know, somebody spending too much money, and then next thing you know, oh, I don't want to be in this no more. This is too much. You know, but instead of saying it's not the time to run, it's the time to, hey, let's sit down and talk about this. Okay, we can't spend this. We can't buy this. Ladies, y'all can't go shopping every day when you know you got bills to pay. Men, you know you can't do this when you know you got stuff to do in your home. So always remember, like I always remember, the house always come first. Everything else, you know, your tithe, I'm gonna say that your tithes, your offering, your house come first. God always come first. But I'm saying after that, your house comes next. And then after that, if, you know, you have stuff left that you gotta, you know, you put something to the side, then whatever you have out of that, whatever percentage you put to the side, then you take that money and that's what you can use, you know, because why? You gotta buy groceries, you gotta buy gas for your car, you gotta get to work, you gotta pay your bills, you gotta pay your mortgage, you gotta pay stuff. So we cannot be selfish and just think of ourselves knowing that we walking in the house and our lights being cut off. Your coffee to get repossessed. You know, come on now.
Yes.
And you want to put it all on one person, but it takes two.
That's right.
You can't put it all on one person. You know,
and it's not my needs first.
Right.
Once you're together, is your needs together. What do we need? Not what do I need? What do we need? What's going to help us to grow? What's going to help us to mature? What's going to help us financially? What's going to help us to survive? So it's no longer that me mentality, me, I. No, it's we. Because if one goes down, you both going down.
And I want to say this because if you look at the worldly people, you know, people that's in the world, when you talk to a young lady and she said, they ever ask her, well, what kind of husband are you looking? Oh, I'm looking for a husband who got money. Oh, he got a job and he's making 6 figures. But what are you bringing to the table?
That's it.
Because, hey, his 6 figure ain't gonna pay everything. What are you bringing to the table?
Right.
And I was watching someone that this guy said, well, I got all that, but what are you bringing? What you got? Oh, well, I'm a cook. Wait, but I can do that myself. So listen, men these days can do that themselves. They're looking for somebody who can contribute,
add value.
Yes. I don't need you just sitting around the house spending up the money and then getting your nails done, and then we got bills to pay.
Yes.
No. We're in this together.
A team.
We're a team.
Yes.
If we go down, we both going down with the ship. You know, if we go up, we both going up with the ship.
Come on. We see you, Drika. Good evening.
You know, but we always know that, you know, that, hey, if we're gonna, you know, I know, you know, a lot of women say they want their Boaz, but you got to bring something to the table. Boaz now ain't just looking for the Boaz. He ain't gonna be just a Boaz. He need a Boaz. He need a woman with value. When Boaz found his wife, he saw she had value.
She was a hard worker.
She was a hard worker. She knew how to sell stuff.
Yeah, she ain't mind going in them fields.
She ain't mind going in the fields. She knew how to make money. You know, so he said, I want her because she got value. She ain't just beautiful, but she got value.
Yes.
And that's something when you have somebody that has value to help you in the household.
Yes.
Because that makes a difference.
Yes. Good evening, Pastor Streeter. God bless you. Yes, Kendrika. Derek, we see you in the house. Yes. Add value. We want someone. Why would we connect with someone that will make us in a worse situation that we're currently in? What is it that you got to bring to the table? What is it that you got to contribute? You know, you might look good, you might be fine, you're looking good and all that, but what can you give me? And because we need, let's be real, we need finances to survive. And you know, looking cute, looking pretty, you know, hair done, nails done. Yeah, that's all good. And maybe he want a trophy wife on his arm, on his shoulder, and maybe he'll allow you to stay home and don't work. But how do we add and contribute? That we say that we've done this together, that instead of doing it separately, we've done it as a unit. And we're learning to share responsibilities, because I know that, you know, I need to bring something to the table. It has to work both ways, because one person cannot carry the weight. It is hard in society today.
And a lot of times, yeah, you know, if you get a man that has money, okay, and he a CEO, he had a good job, you know, let's say he a manager or a supervisor or whatever, you know, and y'all doing really well. Everything is going great, but suppose he lose that job.
Yes.
And you at home
with no skills, no certification, no education, no, just because we were totally dependent on the one person. This is a team. This is not a one-man show, not a one-woman show. We are together.
The first thing that woman gonna say, who's at home, is, when you get another job.
And maybe not just one, but two.
two jobs. But and then, you know, the man will be like, well, what you gonna do? You know, while I'm getting all these jobs, I'm working all day. What you gonna be doing?
And man, you may want it where your wife is at home, where your wife is attending to the kids, where your wife, you've made it where they can't work. But it has to be the conversation that, you know, if something happened, that hard times come, I expect you to work as well. You know, because a lot of times we as women do have that mentality. We want a man that's going to take care of us. And look, I'll work if I want to, and then I have his money as my spending money. And you know, we're solely dependent on that one person, but it takes more than one person to carry a household. And if it comes to hard times, it should not be a battle or a fight for that woman to get out in the work field. And you might say, oh, but you know, she's the wife and she should be able to be at home. And if your husband allow you to do that, that's fine. Wonderful. But what happens if your husband, God forbid, becomes disabled? What happens if they lose their job? What happens if, you know, we have to also have knowledge and be willing to look, you've carried me this long, now let me carry you.
But here's that old saying, you know, when you get married, they always say for better
or for worse.
Or for worse.
Yes.
So like my wife just said, suppose he does get disabled. Now that's worse. Now you have no income because he's disabled, he can't work like he used to. Now what do you do?
Yes, get a job.
Or you know, that's what I'm saying. When the chips are down, you got to count on each other.
Yes.
When one gets hurt or one gets sick, somebody got to step up and do something.
Yes.
You know, and if nobody's sick, nobody hurt, and y'all still going through inflation, y'all still going through things.
Yes.
You know, because I know we harboring on financial issues, but that's one of the biggest things that break up relationships. And you'll see it in courts all the time. Watch divorce court and all them. The woman will say, he ain't making enough money to take care of me. Well, what are you doing? You know, how much are you bringing in? You know,
it ain't just the women. It's depending on, we have men
too
that refuse to get a job, that the woman is working hard, and you know, they couch
I'm
potato.
just saying, it goes both ways.
It goes both ways.
It goes both ways. Because if you're a man at home playing video games all day, come on now, you supposed to be the provider first, and if your wife is the helpmate to you.
Yes.
You know? So that's all I'm saying on that point is this, that you doing it together.
Oneness.
Nobody is putting it all on one person. And if that's you, then man, you're not doing that job as a husband that you're supposed to be doing. I'm just telling that just how it is. If you're not in place doing what, if you ain't hurt, messed up, something wrong with you, then you need to be doing what you need to do to help your wife. If she's out there working hard all day, doing, trying to handle everything, and you just sitting there playing video games all day, or you just sitting around and you looking at her, when you gonna come home and cook? Come on now. It goes both ways.
Yes, it's a shared responsibility.
It's a shared responsibility.
We see you, Pastor Kimbrough. Good evening. Yes, it's a shared, and we have to strengthen our oneness. Remember, it's not about me, it's about we. So we have to strengthen our oneness. And the way we do that is with open communication. We've got to be able to discuss expectations and our dreams and our values, what it is going to take for us to excel and go ahead and to accomplish financial freedom, because it takes two to accomplish what are our spiritual goals, what are our life goals, what are our intentions, our shared goals, and what do we want to prioritize, what do we want to, because we're building unity, we're strengthening our relationship, and we're growing together as one. And if I'm someone that's not in a relationship right now, I'm single or not committed, but I desire to be there, you're going to have to be able to say, look, I know it's been me for a long time, but now I'm connecting and want to connect with someone. So now how will I handle now not just being me, but now it's being we? Right. And we evaluate this even before we enter into relationships. Or start courting or going out or showing interest. We have to think about, look, it won't be me anymore. How will I handle now having to, share?
And how would I handle, what can I bring to the table to help my husband or help my wife? Because now y'all gonna need each other together. Yeah. These days it take two. To run a house. Yes. It takes two incomes, and not one, it takes two.
And it's easy to be selfish and think about ourselves and prioritize our own personal needs over our spouse and only thinking about ourselves. And, we just focus on us, and we're so carnal and, it's about me, what I want, what I know. Always right, can never be wrong. That's selfish. When we consider ourselves and no one else, we are being selfish. But if now we are connected to someone, and you may have been connected for many years and have been selfish for many years, we have to make sure that we're positioning ourselves in a way that, hey, I care about your needs. I care about your wants. I'm not just thinking about myself, but we are one. So how can we grow together? And we need to have those conversations, which are hard conversations. Like, what is it that I'm not doing? Or what is it that you feel I can do better? Or what is it? Because a lot of times we want to avoid, that's going to lead to conflict. No, this leads to maturity. Because when we're able to openly communicate and talk about it and discuss it, and then we may not even reach a common agreement, but look, let's work out some ways that we can meet halfway, or some way. It has to be a common ground, so we'll be able to grow together and not fight against each other.
And that's what we talk about a lot, about common ground. Yes. To agree to disagree, because you're not going to agree on everything, but you find common ground in what you are agreeing on. So what you're not going to agree on, you throw that out. You got to throw it out, because you're never going to get an agreement out of that, because you look at that as that's something that both of you feel real hard on. So that's null and void. So you got to throw that out and meet somewhere in the middle, negotiate. to meet somewhere in the middle and say, okay, look, that we know is not going to work. So we got to look at what will work.
Yes, come up with something, because sweeping disagreements, arguments, or concerns
Or
under the
walking away.
carpet, walking away, avoiding it, it will always resurface because it's an unresolved issue.
Right.
So now what is it? This is maturity, saying that, look, I'm not going to walk away each time we try to talk about it. Oh, I don't want to talk about it. Leave me alone. No, maturity is me reaching a common understanding of how a situation will be handled. Because what we do, we sweep it under the carpet, we act like sweep it under the rug, we act like it never happened, and then it resurfaces again. It comes up again because it's unresolved. So maturity says, look, I can't be selfish. I can't walk away from this and say, oh, it'll handle itself. That's being selfish. No, we got to come together and work together in order so we can continue to thrive together.
And what you said about selfish, you can't always, you're not going to get it your way all the time. Because that person might say, no, I'm not budging on this. Now what you going to do?
Right.
Oh, you're going to get up and walk away? Okay, I'm done with that. No, you don't done with that. No.
And you're not right all the time.
And you're not right all the time. So you got to find common ground and say, you know what? Okay, I'm going to give on that.
Yes.
Let's find what we can do to make this better for both of us. You're happy, I'm happy, and we walk away from the table. We're both happy, and we agreed on something that we know that's going to work for us.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, that's it. Compromise. We got to compromise.
You find a way to compromise. Yes. You find a way to get it done and get it right. So both of you can walk away from that table happy.
Yes.
It's not, oh, I gotta win. No, we win together.
Yes.
Because when you trying to win and the other one trying to win, that's when the devil come in and nobody's winning.
Right.
Your flesh come in, nobody's winning. And then every time y'all have a disagreement, you or them gonna always want to win. It's going to be like a competition instead of a marriage. So it's not about a competition. I'm not against you. You're not against me. We're in this together.
Yes.
So with something that we don't agree on, okay, we throwing that out.
Yes.
Because that's something that's not going to work. So what will work?
Yes.
Okay, this going to work. That's going to be better for us. Okay, let's work on that. That's something we could work on. We can make that better.
Yes.
So and that's all I'm saying is you have to find that thing that that's not going to interfere with your marriage, that's going to keep you guys working and talking and communicating together, because what's not don't need to be there.
Yes. We see you, Prophetess Tracy. Good evening.
And I'm not saying, oh, just throw it away and forget about it. I'm saying
come with a better solution.
Come with a better solution, something better.
What's going to work?
What's going to work that is agreeable for both.
And then you have to hear and listen to each other. Hear each other's heart. It's not about the words. It's about, because a lot of times or sometimes if we are angry, we just block out. We just hear what we want to hear. But no, look, we're not going to bed until we get a resolution to this. We need to solve this issue and get to the bottom of it. And we have to hear each other's heart. We have to block out the anger. We have to block out the wanting to run and abandon the issue. No, we need to find common ground and come with the best solution. What is it that's going to work? What is it that's going to help us to thrive and survive? And then we do it in love. We do it in love. We do it in service. We do it in, knowing that we have the best interest in heart for each other, because we are one. And if you go down, I'm going down, because it ain't just me, it's we. If you hurt, I should hurt. It's just not me, is we, and we've got to be compassionate about it. And I see you. Yes, don't go to bed angry, because you ain't really going to bed. You're gonna lay there, you're mad and you're shifting and your back's turned and you ain't talking. And most of the time you're not asleep anyway. We ain't getting no sleep. We mad. We angry. Go to bed angry. No, it's resolve it. Resolve it. Resolve it. Resolve it. The scripture say, be ye angry, but sin not. Don't let the sun go down on your wrath. So resolve it. That's maturity.
That's how you do it, because yelling and screaming is not going to get it done. Me fussing you out and you fussing me out, calling each other names, because a lot of men, that's what they do. They calling each other names and going back and forth. Me and my wife, we got a couple little right across the street from us, and they're older couple. And we just hear them sometimes, and they always wave, they always speak, but how they talk to one another is like, wow.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying is we got to learn how to talk to one another, not yell, not call each other names, not throwing stuff, not be fighting, and then we loving each other the next day. No, we are calm, collective, and we know how to talk to one another. Because when you are yelling and screaming and calling each other names, that's disrespectful.
It doesn't work. We see you, Anthony.
Yeah, that's disrespectful.
It doesn't
work. Yes. It's not good for the relationship. It's not good for the marriage. Yes. It's not good for each other. And all it's going to do is cause more conflict.
And we have to have a mutual respect for each other. There's Ephesians 5:33 says, each of you also, the husband has to love the wife as he loves himself, and the wife respect her husband. So respect goes a long way. Respect leads to trust, gives a deeper emotional connection because we have a mutual respect for each other. And how do I respect you? I value your opinion. And your opinion may not be my opinion, but because we are one, I value what you have to say. And then we calmly, like my husband said before, we should be arguing and fussing and cussing and all this crazy stuff and belittling each other. Come on. If I say something bad about you, that's a direct reflection on me. If I curse you out, what do I look like cursing you out? And you are me. I'm supposed to love you like I love myself. And the wife respects the husband. So we've got to know that we've got to, and it's okay to be different. It's okay. We're not trying to change each other. We're not trying to make you a version of us or ourselves, or you got to look like me, or we got to act. No, we're not trying to change each other. We're appreciating, we're valuing each other. And I respect you enough to sit down and let's talk and conversate about it so we can reach a common agreement.
And a lot of times we know in relationships, there's certain things that we don't want to say to each other, but we cannot be afraid to talk to one another. Can't be afraid to do that.
Yes.
No matter what the situation may be, no matter what is going to hurt or what is going to help or what is not going to hurt or whatever. You cannot be in a relationship and you cannot be able to say what you need to say to your spouse or to each other. If you're in a house and you got a raging woman or a raging husband and you can't even speak,
get no peace,
Jesus, because y'all always fussing and arguing and going through. That's not a relationship. That's like a dictatorship. Because now you don't have a relationship. You have one trying to rule over the other.
Yes. And love is sacrifice.
Yeah, it is.
Whether it's big or small, it's a sacrifice. And letting go the need to win an argument is not worth it.
No.
Sacrifice. And sometimes we may not be in agreement, but because we want peace, we want, to be in harmony. Let's work through it. What do we have to do to where we can see and meet eye to eye? And a lot of times we don't want to have these discussions. We don't want to have these talks, and we don't want to have, but marriage, relationships is communication. And if you're not in a relationship yet and you want to be married, you have to be able to communicate.
And you have to
yes,
be able to
be open,
you
and
have to
honest.
be able to talk even when you a little upset. Even when you're upset,
yes,
you got to be able to talk. You got to be able to bring, okay, what's making you upset? You know, walking away, not talking for days is not going to solve the problem. So you got to sit down and say, let's talk about this.
Yes.
What did I do to anger you? What, and okay, this is what angered me. Let's get it out in the open.
Yes.
Okay, now how are we gonna fix this, and how are we gonna get past this to say, I'm not gonna do this to you anymore, and you're not gonna do this to me anymore.
Yes.
And we're gonna be able to get past this and learn how to respect each other as husband and wife.
Absolutely.
And that's the biggest thing in a relationship, that you have to understand respect and honor for each other. Just because, and I know some of us Christian men and women, and we well respected and stuff, and we treat other people better than we treat our spouses. Come on now, we can't do that. Because your spouse, that's one you sleep with. That's the one you in bed with. That's the one that sees you when you're going through, sees all your problems, sees the stuff that you go through. So my biggest thing is that person should know you better than anybody else.
Absolutely. It's a team mindset.
Yeah.
Working together because you want to get to a common ground. And, being able to celebrate each other. And this ain't no competition. We won. Like, I'm not fighting against you. You're not fighting against me. We are one. We're trying to make it together. This ain't no single race. We're hooked up by the leg, and we're running together, hobbling
about that,
along together.
Team mindset.
Yes.
You got men out there, and I'm talking to those men out there, because I done had a couple of them approach me years ago saying, you don't mind, it don't bother you that your wife make more money than you? I said, when your wife make money, does that money go in y'all bank account? Yes, it does. When she brings home that paycheck, right? Does she buy groceries for the whole house? Yes, she does. Does she help pay some of the bills? Yes, she does. So what's the problem? What is the problem with that? It's still going in the same household. Yes. It's still going in the same bank account. To me, it says you gotta, what's that old saying? We always say that it gotta make sense. That does not make sense to me. Because long as I know it's going in the household, long as I know you got a bank account, y'all got money together, money is in the bank, and she ain't saying nothing about, hey, go get whatever you need to get, pay whatever you got to pay, or buy something, or whatever you got to do, buy you some lunch, or whatever you're going to do. But there should not be a problem if your wife make more money than you. It's okay. She's your helpmate. That's what she's there to do, to help you. And you're there to help and protect her. That's what you are both there to do, to help one another. Yes. Like, when my wife sometimes has things that she can't pay and I have it, I'll give it to her. Sometimes I don't have, she give it to me. But that's what it's a give and take. Yes. That's what we're here for one another. Team effort. That's it. And that's what I'm saying. It's a team mindset. Yes. And I'm not in competition with her. I ain't trying to, because I'm the man and I'm supposed to be making more money and I wear the pants. It ain't got nothing to do with me I'm gonna wear pants anyway. So that doesn't make me the man. What makes you the man is having that team mindset, saying, hey, honey, even if your wife bring in $2 million more than you, it's still going in the same bank account. Be happy. Be happy. Tell your wife, good job. You know, tell her how proud you are of her, you know, and how much you appreciate that she's bringing money in the household, you know, and she's helping you, you know, and you don't have to worry about bills. You don't have to worry about trying to handle everything yourself. Yes. And a lot of times with men, you know, we worry about those things because we trying to pay this bill, pay that bill, running around. You're not alone.
You got help.
You got help.
Yes, absolutely.
You got help.
We see Evangelist Kim, Sharonda. Yes, thank you so much for joining in. Your comments.
Sharifa.
Yes. It's not about me.
It's
about
us.
we.
Us and we.
Not about me.
Not about me.
It's about we. And those that are single, you have to be ready to accept the we, especially if you want to be married. We see you, Quanti. Yes, especially if you want to be married. It has to be we. It's no longer me. And it's hard to get out of that mind. Well, it might be easier if you've been waiting a long time. You may not have no problems, and this is what you wanted, and you were lonely, and you wanted someone to come in, and so it might be a little easier because this is what you want. But when we work together, it is so much easier. It's so much more peace. It's so much less conflict, and we work together and we thrive together. And then we begin to grow together. And that's the common goal that we want to do. We want to grow together. We don't want to grow apart. We don't want to grow in separate ways. We don't want to grow, running ahead of the other ones. We want to be able to walk together in stride, knowing, baby, I got you and you got me. And, and we doing this together. We see you, Brother Michael. Yes. We are doing this together. And if we're doing it together, we can accomplish anything, because I don't have to worry about you fighting against me, trying to sabotage me, because we're competing and we're one. How we won and we're competing. We want to make it there together.
And like my wife just said, husband and wife, your wife is bone of your bone, flesh of your flesh. So if you hurt her, you're hurting yourself. If she hurts you, she's hurting herself, because y'all are one together.
Yes.
And if I'm hurting you and you're hurting me, we're hurting our household. And who gonna get hurt out of all that? Both of us.
Yes.
So that don't make sense. It got, like I said, it gotta be able to make sense for the marriage. You gotta be able to make sense before you get married.
Yes.
And these are things, if you're thinking about getting married, these are things you need to talk about now.
Yes.
Instead of waiting till, oh, I done said I do. Oh, now look at what his answer is. And look at what her answer is. Oh, I don't like that answer. No, get the answer now and discuss it.
Yes.
Kim
and her husband are here. They was with us from the startup of Unified Love and have always been here supporting. And cultivate your relationship. If you've been together for a long time, it's easy to take the other person for granted.
Yeah.
So even if you have to get a gratitude journal and begin to write daily things that you appreciate about your spouse, just to be a constant reminder so we can appreciate them, that we can love on them, or even to self-reflect and say, well, what can I do to love my spouse better today? Or, do this, pray together, join together, fast together, worship together. And as you grow spiritually, everything begin to fall in line.
And I want to say this, husband and wife, they got children. Husband, you show respect to your wife in front of your children. Wives, you show respect to your husband in front of your children. I don't care if that husband is the stepfather.
Yes.
Show him respect in front of your children, because they will respect him if they see you respect him.
Right.
And if you're a man who has children and you got a wife and that's the stepmother, show her the same respect.
Absolutely.
Let her know that, hey, let those kids know now this is the mother in the house, and you're going to respect her as such. And and as a biological mother and father, you know, you guys are together as one, and the kids got to understand they can't get past either one of y'all because we together, right? No matter what, no matter how you feel. No matter, oh, I can go to mama and daddy already said no, but I'm gonna go to mama. No, you ain't going to mama. Because and the first thing you should say, what did daddy say? And then if they come to daddy should say, what did mama say? Yes. Oh, she said no, then no is the answer. So, you know, that's all I'm saying is we, you know, even as a family, as husband and wife, we got to show the children that we have togetherness. That hey, we're at one mindset. So if your mama said no, she must be had a really good reason. If your daddy said no, he had a really good reason that you ain't going to that party. You know? So that's all I'm saying is husband and wife, y'all got to be together. Because the worst thing you could do is fussing. Call your husband all kind of names in front of your children. Call your wife all kind of names in front of your children because they will lose respect for your wife or your husband. Yes, they will because they see you do it. You know? Yes. No more me. It's we. So we're transitioning from individuality to oneness. All right. Oh, you're so sweet, Evangelist Kim. Thank you so much. And we see you, Yasmin. Thank you so much for being here, Sharifa. Yes. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your love. Thank you for being here, your comments. Look, this 1 hour went by quick. Yes. And, you know, we're doing what we love to do. So we're going to be here and we're committed to every first and third Thursday that we're going to make sure that we're here and that we're live and that we're, you know, God has graced us that this year will be 16 years that we've been together. And even being together since high school and, you know, coming back together, learning each other and growing together. So everything that God gives us to give you is to help you grow, to help you to mature, to help you stay together. Because, you know, being in love and having a happy marriage is not a fairy tale. It can become a reality, but we have to know that when we put Christ first and as the center, that God will bless our going out and our coming in. So we are excited about what God is getting ready to do. And we're excited for you because you are here. So what you hear and what you've learned, you take it, meditate on it, you know, love each other, cherish one another, and continue to walk together in unity because it's not about you, it's not about him, it's not about her, right. It's about we, and we are thriving together. So if you love what you heard on tonight and you would like to, you know, purchase our book, you can purchase our book at Amazon. I'm trying to get this screen right. You can purchase our book at Amazon and you'll be able to get your own personalized copy. Trying to see why the screen ain't coming up. But yes. Did it come up? I don't think so. Okay. So Amazon, the Love Cure for Relationships and Marriage. And we do have a communication workbook that also that you can apply to you. Okay. So every first and third Thursday, we will be here at 8 p.m. Come join us, invite others. If you enjoyed this broadcast on tonight, share it with someone else, share it with other couples, let them know that we are here. We love to We love to help couples and relationships grow. And if you need personal counseling, you can contact us, DM us, and we are happy to help you to get to the next level in your relationship. So yes, love you all. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Go to our YouTube page.
Yes.
Subscribe, share, go to our go to our website. We would love, we would love for you to come on there, be a part of those things because that's so very important. Sometimes, my wife put tips on there from both of us, and we have the YouTube where you can go back and look at all of our teaching, everything that we have talked about as far as married couples and how important it is to stay married.
Yes.
And not just stay married, but live in unity and happiness together as one.
Yes.
And we know that that's what the enemy hate about marriage, when he see you are together as one.
Yes.
If you're divided, the marriage will fall.
Yes.
But if you're together and y'all are communicating and you're working together and you have the same mindset, the same, you're unselfish and you're just doing it together, that nobody's mad but the devil. You the only one gonna be mad.
Yes, that's real talk with the Reeses.
Yeah.
We love you. Be blessed and have a wonderful evening.
God bless you, everybody.
Good night.